Alrighty, let's see how today plays out. Well, there's a couple people on. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, last night's action was pretty sweet, so I was pretty much done by last night because I don't love the New York session right now. So we all saw last night the freaking tank. This thing just dropped. So I saw it just dive, and then I just waited for a level, and I just scalped down here and hit all my profit targets for my three funded accounts with Puridia and Puridia. So anyway, as we all know lately, the New York session has been brutal. So but let's see what these levels are. I mean, actually, what I wanted to do is turn. So if we look at what number has probably been the most important for the past little bit, 206, right, is kind of a key level, right? People could be scalping this all night. So as it's going down, you get a bearish confirmation here, scalp a little bit there. Not much to scalp up there, obviously. But yeah, it's just kind of bouncing around those 206. You finally get a decent move, 530 for a nice scalp up. And so this is the 4-hour again line. This is the 1 hour. Didn't get quite up there, but you did get, a little bit of confirmation with bearish and then bearish here. So you definitely could scalp, almost got a full GAN there if you're up early. And then now we're looking at, if you look earlier, so it's 751, nice. Yeah, nothing's like, I like it to get when it gets down to, a full 4-hour. So down to 127 is where I liked it to be, but as you can see, it didn't even get down to the 1 hour again. And then everything just, pushed up. But really, it's just kind of consolidating today, right, so far. So if you have my signals on, it pretty much lines up, nice scalp down, nice scalp up, nice scalp down. And then, I don't really, right now is not that, nothing's that great right now. I don't know what you guys are seeing. It's definitely, this 207, right, is a key number, right? It's been bouncing around this for many, many hours. We'll see here in 6 minutes when it opens. Yeah, I love these GAN levels. This gives you so much structure. And I do have I will have the code for that. So for all the people in my group, which there's only one person on right now or two, I'll be sharing this code with you guys at the end of this week. Not that you can't draw the GAN lines on your own, but now I'll grant you guys access to have the automatic GAN plotter, line plotter, whatever you call it. So I like it a lot myself. Yeah, that's spike. So yeah, we're definitely getting a bearish signal, but man, 5 minutes to the open, I'm definitely not loving anything just yet. Dang it. So that would have been a nice scalp there. You get nice bearish on the MACD right near the GAN, but timing wise, taking a trade right before the open is not what I call ideal. Ideally, you wait almost like an hour after the open if you want the best. So it's more or less. I know this 207 is kind of a key number. Just watching it bounce around. Turn off these. Let's see here. Oh, what is it? All right, yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Had a good weekend. So yeah, just looking at the 1 hour, definitely got got a nice order block right here. Yeah, we can see the overnight just freaking dipped. That was crazy. Yeah, whoever held onto a contract over the weekend, unless they were shorting, that was brutal. I mean, that's yeah. I'm glad I don't hold contracts over the weekend unless you know something I don't. That I mean, that's an account blower for sure. I mean, that's just. We'll see here in 2 minutes. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Yeah. So yeah, anyone coming on, I will be sharing this. This is the 4-hour GAN line right at the white line, and the 1 hour is the blue. So as you can have both of them on. I will, people that are in my group, I'll be sharing that indicator. I'll be granting you access at the end of this week. So that way you can plot. I mean, you can draw manually, like I've said, but now with access, you can just plot it, and it's awesome. You'll be able to come in here, and the nice thing about scalping is, I like the 4 hour, but if you're really a hyper scalper, you can change it to 30 minutes, right? And so you can see it changes So it just gives you mathematical lines, good data points to trade off of. Again, the 4 hour to me is the really where I've learned the professionals use the most. I do like the 1 hour too, just to give you some, some good trade ideas because, especially overnight, as I get rid of this, as I mentioned, you can just play the GAN lines pretty much. And what I love about GAN before the open here, like 1 minute, like we don't know the future, right? So these lines are plotted. So the market just basically, when it dove down, it pretty much created these for us, right? So now you can see, oh, where did they go? At least something happened here. Sorry. What happened? Something's weird. I have to reset this. What the heck happened? Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so maybe I'll cover that in a minute. Just want to look at these GAN lines. So yeah, overnight, I mean, look what you could have done, right? When you don't know the future, it likely replotted these. When the market pushes like this, it's going to set a new pivot point. But once it's set, now the market would have come down, and you're seeing it hit this pivot, this 4 hour GAN line, and you couple that with a bullish, whatever you're doing to confirm your trade, you can scalp from this 4 hour up to this 1 hour, right? So then you can see all night long. Look at this, from GAN to pretty much GAN. That's an awesome trade. And the same thing here, as you get, MACD is just one tool, but you can see how right at the 1 hour GAN, you get a bullish or a bearish MACD, right? And you go GAN to GAN. And again, look at that. So near the GAN level, more like zones. I wouldn't treat the exact price perfectly, but anyway, you can just see how you can trade and how it respects these lines. And then when you get confirmation, it just gives you a lot of power. And then look at even this. 4 hour GAN, all bullish. Look at that. GAN to 1 hour, and then almost, look at, you get a full GAN level. So that's how I trade GAN levels. So we get to the, so now we look at the open here. I don't really trade the open. So yeah, you're getting a nice, you could have scalped here. You're getting a bullish MACD, and look at the 208 is, is holding. So right there is an awesome scalp, right? But look at the market just tanked. So I don't love longs right now personally, but definitely room to scalp if you're a momentum trader, right? You can, there's room to make a good trade. And they only have 2 people on, so I guess no one is that interested. I'll be back in a second. Yeah, I'm not sure if my audio is working or not. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not. My oh, thanks, John. All right. So let's see here. All right, because once I've kind of discussed before, this 207, 206 is kind of a key number. I'm not loving longs right now, but you can see how everything lined up when you get a bullish MACD. Not that you need to live off of any old oscillators, but if you're playing GAN levels, I mean, you get a nice indecision bar here, even though this is the open. Definitely momentum play off this, 08, targeting 81. It'd be nice if it got up to the 30, up here. But again, overnight action, right? Steep drop. So, what does NQ want to, do the Bulls want to get this back? I'm not sure. And we all know lately the New York session's been pretty choppy. And so I don't love the open right now, especially the first half hour. I don't know what you guys think of the open lately, or the New York session's been brutal. Yeah, so there's only a couple on. No worries. My strategy is about GAN levels. I do have custom indicators, but the GAN level is the staple of what I do every day. And my goal is if I can get to at least one 4-hour GAN level in a day, that's kind of a trade day for me. Either if it's up or down. And overnight, there is definitely some awesome opportunities. And again, I will be sharing, granting access to all those in my, my little training group. That you'll have free access to this GAN line. Not that you can't draw them again yourself, but it gives you a really good structure to kind of build your trade ideas from. And so you can see, and you look from GAN, we're getting a 4-hour GAN to a 1-hour GAN. So in essence, your trade day could be pretty much done because you get multiple confluence near a GAN level, and it might even get to the next one, right? So that is an awesome way to trade personally. I mean, I love the open, but if you're just not, looking at levels, confirmation, everything lined up. And that's how I rinse and repeat what I do every day. And that's how I've been funded with multiple accounts because I just rinse and repeat that whole trade idea. I wait for a level, I wait for confirmation, and then you trade small. That's why I'm on micros. You can trade 5 to 10 micros, and that is look at that. So this is it'd be interesting to see if it pauses at this 30.33 and then see if there's a trade opportunity. But hopefully you guys went long, and hopefully you're done for the day. Honestly, again, the New York Open's tricky right now. So what's up, Qubit? Yeah, all good, man. I'm just trying to share how I view the market structure, try to simplify it, and that's what I love about NQ or any instrument. There's a million ways to do it. You can scalp it, you can swing trade. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you the obvious, but to me, the way the market respects these mathematical GAN lines is, again, view them as zones. It's not going to always tap it, but you'll be surprised how often that 4-hour is respected. It's just crazy. And you can see all night it's been bouncing around this 07. So it gives you just know that number is important. So for me, I like that. I like knowing what number the professionals are viewing as kind of like a line in the sand. And you can see just kind of respecting. dips down a little bit, respecting, and then it pops up. So you can see it's just kind of bound. That's why I didn't love the long, because it's been bouncing around this '07. It wasn't really giving you anything great, right? So I look for high probability setups myself, like A plus. I don't need to trade every day or take a trade. I don't need to take a trade every day. I mean, obviously in the market every day, but I'm looking for A plus, and my A plus trades are near a 4-hour again line when I'm getting multiple confirmation, and I don't care what oscillator you use. They almost all do the same thing. You can, I mean, this one is the second most popular one used. And back to these two right here, right? Are the two most used. That's why I threw them on there just to see. These two are the most used indicators on TradingView, and as you can see, they all lined up right near our again level. And again, it's a very simplified way to trade, and it's very boring. You wait for a level, wait for confirmation, and essentially you're done. That's how if I was in that trade and I caught even this, that's it's not like a great day. I like 2 GAN levels, honestly. That's like a great day for me is 2 4-hour GANs. You can see that's a lot of ticks, right? But with 5 or 10 micros, that's a good living that you can do every day. You can rinse and repeat that all day. And sometimes, if it doesn't get to the level you like, then you sit it out. So as you can see, it's pausing. It didn't even get to 337 or through 334, right? Look at that. The market didn't even get close to that. So now we're looking at this 1-hour GAN. It's at 279. So, it's still only we're not even 15 minutes into the market open. I just don't want to rush trades. Like I want an A plus trade. I don't mind taking a trade off the 1 hour if I get. Now you can see the MACD might turn bearish here. It tends to be more leading than the lazy bear. That's cool. You can work and do the market, Qubit. I don't know how you do that, man. You must have a pretty good job that you can kind of keep your eye on the market and work. But that's awesome, dude. And yeah, welcome, John. John joined our group last week, and yeah, it's cool to have people want to trade with me. I think you all know I have some really cool indicators that are, really. I have the ones I have published are good, but they're only getting better and better. This trade dominator, right, is good. It's lagging like any indicator. So the one I have, my custom one, is not as laggy. It's pretty aggressive for scalping. So when it comes to being aggressive, you have to kind of watch it. And I was killing it with Bitcoin yesterday. Oh, cool, you're at home. Nice, dude. That's awesome. When I do publish the quantum zone scalper, whatever I call it, it doesn't matter the name. Just it's basically a zone scalper that I've made, and it's really good at picking price action levels, so you can get some nice scalps. And so the reason why I haven't quite published it yet is because I killed it on Bitcoin, but then when I was trading it earlier this morning, NQ's the way NQ whips around, it was giving a lot of false signals. So I don't really have a lot of confidence yet with it until I get it adjusted for NQ's kind of price action. I was kind of shocked at how well it did with Bitcoin, though. It was killing Bitcoin. I wish I could almost trade Bitcoin, but I don't. But it was fun trading it because I think I was like 10 or 12K, yesterday, just trading small with it. And so anyway, so you can see how, look at this, you get indecision near a GAN level at 83. I guarantee you there's pros that are scalping off that level. Now, is everything lining up perfect? Of course, you're a trader. You have to make pretty quick decisions, but that is a pretty good scalp off of 1 hour. The market's just, especially you get this massive drop, right? You got to think they're going to try to take out some of these weak shorts, right? To me, that's how I look at NQ. If you look at just the last few hours, NQ loves the sweep. We all know that, right? It needs liquidity. So the obvious, it's gonna jet up and suck a lot of these books. So it's gonna do two things, right? It's going to pull all these shorts out of their positions, and then it's gonna get all the retail guys thinking everything's going long. So it's gonna suck the longs And then like this, look, see, it's like a vacuum. It just, I mean, we all know this when we watch NQ every day. It sucks people in to go long, destroys the shorts, and then it goes on the direction that it wants to go. And that's pretty common, right? I mean, that actually wasn't that tricky of a move. I mean, we used to see NQ do way nastier moves than that. That actually was a pretty smooth, that would have been a pretty smooth short off that 280. And look, there you go. So you would have two trades. You'd have a GAN to a 1 hour GAN, and then you'd have a 1 hour to a 4 hour GAN. That is, to me, perfect. Minus, okay, no, I'd call that B. Perfect is 2 4 hour GANs. That's the perfect. Then I'd call this kind of like B plus, where you're getting, playing off these GAN levels. And you can see, look at that precision of the GAN level. Yeah, did it come up to here? Yeah, but it failed here, right? It failed. It didn't even get close to 336. So it should give you confidence. And again, the nice thing about what I like about GAN is it's not like it's perfect, but let's say you get in here, you know where your risk is. You know if you're wrong. That's right. We all know that matters way more than your profit. That let's say we would have got in here, you know, if you're wrong at, if it goes above 284 and holds, you're wrong, and you're out of it. You can see like nothing. This one kind of closed. Nothing closed above it. Look at that, rose above it, but then you have all these wicks. Nothing gave you confidence that this thing was going to continue above 281. That's why I love GAN levels. When you combine it with, you can see how Lazy Bear is a little slower. The MACD is pretty freaking awesome. So you can see you have another bearish signal right there. It gave you two awesome trades, like I said, there and there. This was a little late, but that's why I love GAN levels. When you play levels, you can be a little more aggressive than waiting for all your indicators to line up. I mean, I don't like to wait for, there's just no perfect world, right? But you play your probabilities when you see indecision near an area. Yeah, of course, anything can happen at any time. We know that. That's why we play off probabilities. And I would have taken, in an ideal world, I would have taken, just like a 5 contract trade right here. And look at that. You scalp it down. You can see, look, it's pausing at 206. Why? I don't know. This number has been important for, 8 hours, whatever, right? It's been hovering around 206. And as you can see, it's starting to kind of creep down below it a little bit. I'm sorry. I forget to turn that thing off. So I don't know what you guys think of the GAN line. It's the dominator. I'm getting in this kind of late, just to show you how I take a little of the scalp. So if you're on 10 contracts, right, it's a little bit risky for me. I like to be near, again, I wouldn't follow me per se on this at all, right? I'm just trying to show you, that's why I love 10 micros. You got all this red here. Now, I don't love this 206 because it's been hovering, but one idea is that, I mean, if it can push down and hold below 206, right, then we got something, because it's basically been messing with people all morning, right? 206 has been just a chop fest. So I don't really love trading into a chop fest number, but trading, there's always risk. No matter what you do, there's nothing ever going to ever be perfect, right? So you can see it's kind of, let's see here, yeah, so it's right at 206. See right there. See, like it's holding at 206, kind of. See if you see, like it's bouncing, so it's definitely being difficult. If you can hold under 206, right, then we got a good chance. Or the way it's going, it could just bounce. That's why I said don't follow me. I'm kind of getting in this kind of late in the game. I don't expect this trade to work. Honestly, I don't, because I don't love this 207 level. But my feeling though, if it can hold under 206, like see, like it's 204. Well, there you go. See, now we got something. It's under 206. Now, can we get down to 145? Is that possible? Right? Now again, you can still bounce. I mean, it'd be nice to really see a close. You can see how popped right above 06 again, and you can see this order block down here. So this is a tricky area, right? And that's why the New York session's been brutal. I don't love the New York session right now. I haven't liked it for weeks. But here we go back now. Man, it's starting to. It wants to. I don't know if the Bears want to get control of this again or not. I mean, but all I know is, see, this level is definitely a level that matters. You see, look, it bounced off like that 206 again. So it's just messing with people right now. It's crazy though, right? Look at that. See it? Look, it's bouncing off that. So am I loving this? That's why I said don't follow me on this. I didn't like it, but I just wanted to show you guys kind of how it would bounce, or not bounce, but how it would react. And so for me, let's say I'm wrong. Okay, good. I bail. I'm wrong because again, I didn't love that trade to start with because I didn't like shorting into that kind of key level, right? It'd be nice to get some confirmation. If it closes below 206, I'll definitely be interested. It's just so tricky right now. See, look at it. It's coming back. Look at it. See, it's coming back. See, that's where I get, NQ is brittle, right? NQ you can be right but wrong all the time. I was right, right? But that freaking wick, that candle came up and just made life difficult. But that's NQ. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. And this is a chasing trade per se, but I just want to show you numbers while I'm in since I'm in live here. If it can hold 206 down, then we got a trade here. And everything is bearish, right? MACD is bearish, lazy bear is bearish, and so I'm hoping it'll show you how awesome these GAN levels are. So you can see I even was chasing on this a little bit, and yeah, that 220 held pretty well. You got 2 indecision bars, but yeah, right now we're still waiting for that. It still needs to hold under 206. It's got to hold there. So I want to keep rambling, but so I don't know what you guys think of these GAN levels. I think they're freaking awesome, personally. Gives you, where not to be, where to be. To me, it just makes things very clear on what to do. And that's why you really don't need any magical indicators per se. You know your levels, and you know your risk, and it just gives you a lot of confidence. So there you go. Like, you could have scalped out a couple $100 just on 10 contracts, and I was even chasing a bit. Ideally, right, I would have stayed in that trade, and my entry would have been a lot better. The entry really was 207, and look where I'm at. I'm in 195. I mean, that's a horrible entry, but it just shows you, I just, for me, if it held under 207, I knew there was room to scalp here, just based off the price action, right? I mean, you never know 100%, but when you watch these GAN levels, and that's the thing is, like, they're printed for you until it pushes outside of it. Yeah, dude, you'll have these by the end of the week, dude. You can manually draw them, and if you want me to show you how to manually draw them, it takes literally 3 minutes or less to draw them. But yeah, Qubit, I'll be sharing these levels with this automatic GAN indicator for the guys in my trading group. Will have free. You guys have obviously supported me, and I appreciate that. So with that, and it's not cheap. Just so you guys know, I mean, having someone code this was not cheap, right? Nothing in coding is ever cheap, but for me, it's worth it. Not that I didn't mind drawing them because it takes minutes, but I like multiple GAN lines, right? I like the 4 hour and I like the 1 hour. So yeah, it's interesting too, because then you look at this order block here on the right. So really, the 154 is kind of a tough area, like the mark. But anyway, I think you guys will really like it when you have the GAN lines plotted. You'll just kind of see it, and you just gotta like experience it as it plays off these levels. So I'll be definitely excited to share that with you guys, so you can I love it. So you can see I could have already scalped out a decent profit, but the market is tricky. Like I said, I'll say a million times, the New York session is not very fun right now. It fakes you. It's just a lot of fake outs. Fake out long, fake out short. Like I don't love the market. So I don't love it. So you can see now it's back above 06 again, like it's been doing for 10 hours, right? It's just, I like a nice clean trend. These jolting moves are not fun to trade, personally. Almost the levels, but review session would be good. Yeah, I mean, either way, I mean, if the market doesn't do anything here in a little bit, I can show you guys how to draw them again. It's pretty easy. I mean, because look at that. I mean, the 06 held again. So that's again, I didn't love shorting into it. And that's why I hope no one followed me because I'm not trying to telling you guys what to do. I'm just trying to give you levels where you should have confidence on some trade ideas, right? So you can see the MACD's getting bullish. Lazy Bear is always kind of lagging. So I guarantee you the pros were playing off this 4 hour, this 06. Either a little bit short they were scalping, or they were scalping, up here, and that's a pretty good scalp. 07 to 42, that's a hell of a trade, right? So that's where you just, if you're patient and you're just get the feel of these levels. It's like right now, I wouldn't want to short right now. I mean, I wouldn't want to go long right now or short because, right, you want to see more, especially with the MACD kind of doing this thing. Yeah, like I said, this first hour has just been brutal lately. So I don't know how, like, unless you're really, really sharp with your scalping acumen. So look at this. Now it's going below 06 again, or like it's just bouncing. So it's just, yeah, you're right, dude. Typical, dude. That's where I almost sometimes don't want to get on like during the first hour or even first half hour because you just get chopped, and I don't think it's fun. Like it's not fun trading. For me, I don't enjoy it. I like real good moves, and like I said, this probably was, this momentum trade at the open was awesome. In hindsight, everything's in hindsight, and then this one was awesome. So I mean, but as you get to know this over the next few weeks, you'll be able to see it. And again, like a 5 contract, you're not risking that much. 10s, it can be a little steep if you're on a funded account. Five accounts or 5 contracts is still decent. I mean, you can get some really good, um, some good trades there. So if you look at this, I don't know. I just don't have a lot of confidence, especially with the overnight. Like any other day, I would love this scan line with a bullish MACD. And this still might take off, but it's so hard to think the market's all of a sudden just going to just rocket, right? The bears just own this. The bears still own this market, right? That's how I look at it. Okay, cool, thanks. Yeah, so news is coming out. I mean, like almost any other time, I would love this scan level long when you get everything lined up. But I don't right now because, right, in context, it's not a great high probability trade, right? I think anyway. Do you guys think this is a high probability long right here? I don't, personally. I mean, look at the 1 hour wick. I mean, look at this 1 hour. Actually, yeah, 1 hour. Well, look at this. Okay, so yeah, look at that, dude. I mean, this is chasing a little bit here. Did it even get me in? I don't think it did. Yeah, my paper. Anyway, so you can see it's holding under 205, 206. Okay, so it got me in weird. Come on, this is acting so weird. I guess it stopped me out, but I got it in pretty late. That's where, news, I don't love trading news. I just wanted to be in. I would never have it stop this long. But if it can hold under, 06, that's the level I'm looking at, right?
If it starts holding above 06, then you're bullish. So maybe maybe this is a bullish trade, but it's hard to fathom the market wants to go back above, right? So right now it's kind of still bouncing at that 06 level, just kind of messing with people. So that's why I don't. Yeah, this was just a brutal time to be trading. I mean, look at that candle. You definitely had a lot of people, getting burned there. Unless you, then again, that's where you're having your stop in the right location. So critical. Getting a good entry, but then having your stop where you don't get burned too bad is very critical, obviously. So you can see it's holding under the 207, 206. But now we have this nice order block here that we know is going to be a little bit of, the 150 we already know is going to cause some resistance. We know that. See, the 1 hour GAN, we know that if this continues down, there's going to be some type of, little bit of resistance there. So yeah, I mean, look at this. So you have this GAN level. Everything is bearish. So this is likely the trade of the day. That's how I look at it. I try to find the best trade of the day. Minus, you had the momentum play up here. You definitely could have been aggressive if you would have known GAN levels. That probably would have been the trade of the day, honestly. Shorting at 281, but like Cupid pointed out, you had the PMI news coming out, so the only thing that would have scared you was this one candle. And look at that. That NQ can be way nastier than that. I mean, this candle didn't even come close to 281. Like if you would have got in and shorted 281, which I was talking about, look at that. It didn't even get close to that. So to me, I mean, it's just, this 07 level is perfect for a scalp. And look, you can kind of see it pausing right here a little bit. I mean, look at that. 5 contracts. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? I love GAN levels. You might take a couple bumps here and there, that's just trading. But if you're just trading small and being smart about it, you can scalp out. You can, so, ideally what you do with me, what I like to do is when I hit a level, I'll take off, at least 3, take profit for sure, right? You got to take profit. And then, make sure you're at break even or a little bit. Because, yeah, you never know. But hopefully it breaks down here. But who knows? I don't know the future. So we'll see if this 145 holds. Hopefully it breaks down, right? Let me leave this. See, GAN to GAN, beautiful. Not very stressful trading, right? That's how I look at it. It's very like your levels, your risk. You're not like, I don't know. Just to me, it makes trading so much easier, and especially when you're learning how to transition from I've talked about this before, the cycle of passing evals, right? Passing an eval, honestly, is so easy to me, honestly. Because you can oversize a little bit, get to your level, get to your target. Because to me, that's like this. I think we all know this, right? When you're trying to get to a target of like a prop firm, yeah, you're going to be a little more aggressive. But then in a live environment, you got to throttle back. That's the obvious, right? Growing an account is a way different mentality than trying to pass an eval. So I, for a long time, would pass eval after eval after eval, and then I get to a live account and I'd be like, what the hell? I can't, I just struggle. But now I'm growing my accounts because I know levels, I know my risk. So you can see I just got stopped out, but whatever. I already scalped out a good chunk of profit, right? $300 or $400, and to me, that's how I like to play GAN levels and scalp. Now, you're gonna get way better moves than that. I mean, that was like nothing. Right? That was barely. You didn't even get a full GAN level. So, on a good trading day, you're gonna have like $1,000, $1,500 days on a 5 or 10 10 contract trade. but we're still early in. We're not, we're not even 40 minutes into the market. It's just so choppy. Like this is just garbage in a way, right? But if you know levels, you can still scalp even on bad choppy days. If you're patient with low risk, you can still scalp and do it professionally. And you're not, just rushing things. You're not being frantic. Again, you wait for your level, and then you take on a small risk, trade, and get to the next level. So as I said, look at that. Look at the GAN level. It paused right at the 145. You kidding me? What other indicator is gonna tap something right on the line like that? If you guys know something better that can tap a level like that, even up here, look at that. We didn't know the future, right? We didn't know where it was gonna stop. Now it could have gone to 333, but look, it paused right at a 1 hour GAN level. Now, again, you could draw a million lines. I get people will say that. These are concrete mathematical levels that GAN used for years and years, and hence why they're so popular. But no one ever, you're not going to talk to many traders that trade GAN levels like this. Like there is no manual out there that will teach you this. I learned this from a professional trader, and I've never seen any manual out there that talks about GAN levels in this way. Unless you guys have, I have not. And it changed everything for me. When I learned this, I became a profitable full-time trader because I learned levels, and they're not like gimmicky. I won't rip on my own indicators, but indicators are kind of gimmicky in a way, right? No indicator is going to make you profitable, right? We all know that. No only indicator that's going to help you is your own mindset, right? Yeah. So the white lines are, or the dotted ones are the 4 hour ones, which have more, they're more powerful, right? Because 4 hour, obviously, more time frame, more data points. So then the blue ones are 1 hour. Now I could switch the 1 hour to 15, and it's going to give you a lot of data points to go off of. I want that's why I like the 4 hour. Like I almost don't even need the 1 hour. To me, I want trades. My favorite trades, which I didn't get, minus the 07 or the whatever this is. Yeah, the 07. The only GAN line level we have is the 07, and as we all know, that's been just messing with people all freaking for look how long. Since 3 o'clock in the morning, this 07 has basically been messing with people, right? This is a horrible market. Horrible. The best trades, look at this. I mean, the best trades were way, way long time ago. Like, right? Bouncing out these awesome 4 hour GAN levels. That's why when you have them, you'll love it. You'll be able to, these indicators, you don't need indicators per se because you'll have everything set up. You'll know at this level, high probability when everything lines up. Look at that, GAN to GAN. GAN to GAN. And then here we are stuck in this freaking mess, But it bounced off that 1 hour GAN. So again, I love 4 hour GAN line personally. The 1 hour does give you some more points of interest. So yeah, I don't know. This is like I said, yeah, the Norc session, meh. Just not very fun. I mean, I'm waiting for a payout this week, John. So the second I get a payout, like on Wednesday, because I want trading to pay for itself. So when I get a payout this Wednesday, I think by Thursday I'll buy them. So I should have them on Thursday. So they'll be published by Thursday night or by Friday morning at the latest. So yeah, by the end of the week, they will be, anyone in my group will have access to them. And back to Cubit's point, cubicle in Q. I mean, just look at this. See, it bounced back off the L6 again. So look, you could have played the long, And then this one would have been tough, like I mentioned, like shorting into it. But look at now, it held again. So another awesome 07 trade. Are you kidding me? See, this is brutal. Yeah, no worries, John. I mean, look at that. That 07 trade. What's up, Tony? Man, look at that. That 07 was a great trade. I was yapping away. Man, what a trade that would have been. That's why I don't love oscillators, right? They can kind of mess with you because you're like, oh shit, I'm going to go long because the MACD told me to go long. Well, no, you're running into a freaking 4-hour GAN level that you know for the last 5-6 hours has been messing with people. So yeah, you can still take it. I'm not saying we all know anything can happen, but at least you would have known, okay, if let's just say you knew everything, you had indicators telling you to go long, at least you would have known, hey, 07 is, you know what, it needs to hold 07 for this trade idea to work. Likely, right? That's what I love about it. So even if you were going long here, your risk would have been like, you know what, if you're okay being wrong here, right? Not too far below it. Because you know where you're happy to be wrong, right? That's for me everything. And then on this trade, we knew that, you know, if your risk would have been probably, you know, in this range, right? If we're wrong, probably, you know, you don't want to give away more than 20 or 30 ticks ish, right? But what a high probability trade, because we know that 07 was just you know, bouncing around. So I missed it. Well, I mean, Q is not giving us much today, right? I mean, but we're almost GAN to GAN. And again, that's my favorite. Again, I'll say that a million times. If I have a 10 contract trade, I will take 5 off here. And then in the ideal world, then I have 5 more that go down to the next GAN level. And then that's like, honestly, my perfect day for me. It doesn't always happen, but that's kind of like what ideally, like a roadmap, like forever. We all know it's easy to get in, but okay, well, when do you get out of the market, right? That's honestly probably the hardest thing. Like, what's a profit target? I don't know if you guys have better profit targets. Are weird for me because we don't know, right? The market can only, for me, I don't know like what a profit target means, but now I do, and I don't care. Like for me, if I get 2 GAN levels, I'm not greedy, right? See GAN lines. Oh yeah, so you know the 07 is a 4-hour, right? That's important, right? So the 07 we know is a 4-hour GAN line. We know, and then look at this, the 126.75. So this 126 is another. This is a very important GAN line, right? For on the 4-hour, you can see that the 1-hour and the are almost bunched up. So if we draw horizontal line, yeah, see this 06 and then the 126, right? So to me, that's still a great trading day. Look at this. Look at this. See, he's pushing down while the 126. Now, like, to me, that would have been an awesome day. 5, 10 contracts at a high probability area, taking off 5, and then letting the runners go, right? I love letting runners go because you never know where it's going to go. But right now, it's testing this 125 area, and then you look at a longer time frame. Oops, sorry. So we had this massive order block right here. So if it breaks below 107, 115-ish, you know what? The market could, I mean, I don't ever make predictions on anything. I just trade off reactions. I hate when people are like, oh man, the market's going to just sell off. Well, you know what? Every time someone says that, all of a sudden the market bounces and they're, right? You see, right? I don't like calling stuff. I like trading off what the market's doing. Because the second we get a bias, what happens? Once we get a seed in our head of what we think the market's going to do instead of what it's doing, then we're not in flow with it, right? You got to stay in flow. You can't be like, I think. I hate that. Whenever I think like that, it drives me crazy. And whenever I see someone in chat, I'm not saying you guys, I mean, everyone can have a feeling. But whenever someone says, you know what, I see a bounce here. I'm like, okay, well, why? Tell me, right? Give me a reason why it's going to bounce here and go along, right? Anyway, people are funny in forums and chat rooms when they're calling stuff off their feelings. This isn't about feelings at all, right? We all know that. It's just we get caught up in what we think, which is, at least for me, I hate that. I don't want to think anything. I want to trade off what a level is giving me, and then that's it. So that's how I view a market. Whenever I catch myself thinking what I wanted to do, then I'm like, I just get out of the trade or just try to like shift my thinking. Because yeah, what I know is I don't know anything. But yeah, you guys have any other questions about Gann lines, or I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you guys like Gann line trading? I mean, I don't know. There's a million ways to trade. I love this. For me, I love it. The structure is just amazing. So again, look at this. It's holding. I'm not saying it's going to hold here forever. I should say it's pausing at 126. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. Before you even knew anything, you didn't know. It's pausing near a really strong Gann area, right? Now, of course, you can blow right through it, but it's just, look at that. That area mathematically is an area where, there's traders. I don't quite get how it works. That's one of my goals, is of kind of like, yeah, dude, Gann is a wizard. Like I do need to understand the mathematic part more of it, honestly. But all I know is the levels are amazing. That's all I can say. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, dude. I mean, I love it, man. Especially, you paper trade it for a while, right? Or trade small, for God's sake. One or two contracts on a micro. Just just get your feet wet with it, right? And this gives you so much confidence. Half of trading it's just trading is really easy, right? Once you learn it, it becomes really boring and very repetitive. Hence why I'm teaching it, because after a certain point, it's a very lonely game, and I want to connect with awesome people, and so far it's worked, right? Um, we all know you can go to QuantView, you can spend $150 a month on indicators, right? I mean, and that it works. Like I did QuantView for a few months. Hence why I came up with I'm doing this stupid. I'm doing that. What do you call? There's like TradingView's doing that kind of. What do you call it? There's like a contest. I'm gonna get to my. So anyway, I was with QuantView for months, right? Spending 147 a month, and I'm like, shit. All they're doing is stacking indicators. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they have some custom stuff built, but I mean, when I was live trading, or when I was like using their indicators, because one of the lead guys uses Renkos, right? So what he'd do is he'd stack 8 or 9 oscillators, right? And then he'd be like, okay, when all these lined up, he's in a short. So you can see this is a 1 second chart, which is crazy. But what's cool, the only thing I don't like about Renkos is you can't use Gann levels. But Renkos are kind of cool because it's just when you stack a bunch of oscillators, like I have my indicators on, like if you add them all up, basically you have like 10 oscillators giving you confidence that this sell, and then you have the background, so you get some good scalps. Now, obviously, you're on a 1 second, you're gonna get burned a little bit. You can see this buy, you get lost, but if you kind of go back in time, especially if you knew the Gann levels before, But anyway, so you can see the shorts obviously were the play, and you can see this freaking. The indicators do work, but personally, I love Gann levels better. Cleans things up, and you can throw on the indicators, but so you can see that the indicator did its job, right? It wanted you to sell, so that's why I do love. And then you can see the heat map. The heat map is freaking awesome. So there is a lot of logic in my indicators. There is. Like I've spent probably 200 hours the past couple months building these things. So there is a lot of cool logic in them. But as you can see, you don't need them. You can just trade off levels. But yeah, it's nice to have. I'm like anyone else. I'm an indicator junkie. Like all day long, I'm looking at indicators all the time because I love it. I love indicators. But at the end of the day, what's going to make you profitable, right? To me, it's levels, right? Because indicators are always lagging. But it's nice to have, even the heat map is freaking awesome. I love the heat map. Look at that. So even if you had a reason to go long, it would have filtered out this long, right? It's nice to have some filters. Look how good it did on the open. So the heat map did it awesome. And I'm sorry for all these volume spike things, but look at that. So you had the MACD, you had the lazy bear, you had a GAN line, you had a lot of reasons to go long there, right? Now look at NQ, man. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Bouncing off the 4-hour GAN line. So there you go. That's crazy. Unbelievable. That's why, and then now it's, the heat map's turning green. Man, NQ is brutal today. You definitely can't hold on to trades long today, right? All you can do is scalp levels today. Today is just a weird day. I guess that's February for you. I don't know. So that's how I view it anyway. But look at that. I mean, so if someone was patient, notice that, the market was, you're getting some wicks. Of course, only on a 1-minute time frame. But look, it held that freaking 4-hour GAN line. It held that one. And if you look on the right, that order block held. So, that's why it's like, play with it for a little bit. And then once you get the feeling of these GAN areas, it gives you confidence. So yeah, now it just went from GAN to GAN. Okay, so the next level is, the next GAN level is 334, and then so that's the 4-hour one. Last time it did stall at the 291 earlier. Like at the open, it stalled near the 291. But yeah, the next GAN level is 334 long. Now will I get there? I mean, who knows, right? Oops, sorry. It's hard to love longs in this kind of market, but I mean, we are getting some volume. I mean, there's definitely, the bulls are making a run of this thing for sure. So yeah, 207, and then you can see it's going to likely pause near the 91. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool if it got to 336 and above. I mean, look at, okay, so right now it's above the 1-hour again. Right now, hell of a trade there. And then now it's, it's getting, look at that. Yeah, it's right. It's tapping the 4-hour again right now. Or it did, I think. Yeah, it came down close. Yeah, I think it's hard to, sorry, so it's right here. So these lines are throwing me off when I put them. I'll actually, let me take off these lines. Let me do this actually. Let's get rid of them. So yeah, I mean the market, look at that. So 321. Oh, look at that. See, yeah, it's pushing. Look, it just pushed through that 4-hour GAN line. So then the next GAN is 429. Yeah, I just crossed it, man. I mean, see, freaking 07. What an awesome trade. You know what I mean? Even better off the 126 that you guys already had in your back pocket, because it's just, that's why I love probabilities. Like, you could have taken 5 contracts at that GAN level. Again, you know your risk, and then you just killed it. You just got your 2 GAN levels right there. See, that's where, when you're in flow, man, it's amazing. And the heat map, Sorry, I gotta get. I don't know if I should turn off the heat map or at least turn off the all these freaking. I'll just turn off all the labels. But the volume spikes are kind of cool. It's almost like I need a separate chart. I need to have like a chart because those volume spikes are kind of cool because it helped, right? There was volume coming in, and so for me, I don't know about you guys. So if you get 2 GAN lines, dude, either like take off like 90% or just be done. Don't play with, don't mess around. That's how I look at trading. Like if you got your chunk profit, there is no reason to give anything back. Personally, to me, look, we're an hour into trading. You've had some awesome levels. So yeah, you can keep trading if you want, but scalping takes a lot of mental energy, right? It's taxing on you, especially if you're really doing it right. If you're really not like gambling, if you're setting your levels, setting your risk, it takes a lot of mental, right? Scalping is not like, what I'm talking about, especially NQ. But these levels help. But for me, I'd be done. 2 GAN levels, that's good enough for me, personally. I'm not greedy. I don't know what you guys think about that. You guys like to call it a day, or do you have to keep trading once you have your profit? And if you want, right now, I can help you draw. I can show you how to draw GAN lines right now if you guys want me to. But again, yeah, by Friday it'll be cool. You'll have it. You guys will have it. If there's ever Venmo me or donated me, again, I appreciate you guys. I mean, it's pretty humbling the fact that people have donated money, right? Like it's seriously amazing. That's why anyone I call over day. Yeah, dude, I love it, John. So like for me, I'm actually really humbled that people would actually support me because I mean that's why any indicator going forward. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. My indicators are getting so good that like I'm going to have to create a premium channel. Like I can't give away shit for free. But I'm never anyone who's ever joined early with me, I'm never going to charge them ever because the fact that you guys supported me, I don't care if it was 30, 50, 75, whatever it was. I don't care. I have an indicator that I honestly think I should charge probably $100 like a month. I mean, I don't want to get into that stuff. It's just when you build something so good, like I didn't even expect it. What I recently built, like I've been working on it for months. I honestly didn't know it'd be that good. so, so it's weird. It's like at that weird level. Like I can't just give it away. But at the same time, people that have supported me, no way in hell am I ever going to just all of a sudden be like, you know what? Now you guys need to pay. No. Now, what I mean? If you ever want to donate in the future, fine. But again, anyone that signed up with me now, I'm never ever going to like charge for an indicator. Anyway, so sorry about that. I just appreciate you guys' support, and I'm humbled by it. So if we want to, I'll show you guys how to draw the GAN lines real quick. So let me get rid of this shit for now. So all you need to do is go to a 4-hour chart. That's because 4 hours is the king. And let's get rid of this. Okay, so now we're on a 4-hour chart. And just go over to indicators and type in GAN and look for GAN square of 144. So as you can see, it draws like this pivot line right here, right? So what I like to do is I usually start where the price action is, so you don't have to draw every freaking line in the world. That's why that automatic thing will be awesome for you guys when you have it. So, slice up your chart a little bit, and wherever you see these dotted lines cross, that's the mathematics in play. So come over to your horizontal and start drawing wherever these cross. So just plot them. And I wish I need to have the sessions turned off because it kind of hides some things. And then as you can see up here, they get kind of bunched up. That's why I love the automatic. There's one there, and you can see you can draw a few down here. I like to kind of stay where the price is. And then what I'll do, so you can see real quick, we'll just jump to the 1 minute chart real quick. So now you can see, and if you turn this off, you can kind of see now. So now look, see that 06, 07, the 07, look at that, see? Now, if you go back to, the beginning of the day, right? Now you have some levels to play with, right? You knew this, so we knew this level right here. The 061 was a key level. We obviously knew 07. We've been talking about that for the last hour. We, as John noted, it pushed through this 330 right here level. So then if you want more data points, what I do, then obviously I'll run over to a 1 hour chart. Then turn this back on. And so now we're on a 1 hour. And then same thing, so and instead of, so I'll do like blue just to make them different because they're not as powerful. So we draw one right here, then I'll switch it to blue. And then, we just draw to start plotting them. And it gets a little tricky. That's why I had them code it because it gets a little annoying to see exactly where they cross. Here, I don't think the marker's even gonna get up here anyway. Like, is the marker gonna get up to 740? So, let's see here. Is there anything down here that I missed? And again, it kind of bunches up. So let me turn this off. Get back to, I like the 1 minute myself. I mean, I know the 1 minute's a small time frame, but so there you go. Now you have your levels. Oops, shoot. I thought I clicked here. So then there you go. So now without any indicators, you have levels that are just freaking awesome. So we saw push above this 334-ish, 330 level. Again, that's why I wouldn't get caught up on the specific number. I treat them like zones per se. Like, it does oftentimes tap it, but you don't have to be that picky on the exact number, right? Did your learners drop? Yes. The AutoGAN automatically codes using the programmer used this logic to create the line. So it's probably even better than mine because, like you said, you have to to do it really good. You have to get open this up, and to get it really, if you want to get exactly right, like the exact, where the automatic one will be exact, where I was just kind of being lazy about it because to me there are zones, but the indicator is freaking awesome. It will do a better job. See, I was a little lazy on how I did it, so you can see I was a little bit off because I was a little lazy. But again, they're just zones, right? So I can turn off the drawings. So there you go. So you can manually draw them this week, and then by Friday or Thursday, you'll have. That's where sometimes the 1 hour gets to be too much data, or I kind of go back and forth because you can see how clean the 4 hour is. Look how clean the best trades are at the 4 hour. Now I do like the 1 hour just for scalping and taking profit sometimes, and you can see so it bounced off the 4 hour. It retraced off this right here. Again, we all know anything can happen at any time. So it's not but it just gives you an idea of how to frame what you're doing. Yeah, I agree, John, dude. I love GAN trading. It's almost like a cheat code, but nothing is. But I don't know what else in trading gives you a better, clearer idea on what to do than these, personally. That's why, man, like, yeah, I'm teaching people not to even, right? You guys don't need me, right? You do this for a couple weeks, you probably will never want to talk to me again, which is, I hope that's not the case, but that's how, in a way, it should be, right? I mean, if any guru wants to make it so that they need you, that's the wrong guru. And I'm not a guru by any means, but I don't think you should like anyone that's holding back on something. I mean, obviously, we all have our own things that we learn, and that's right. You gotta, like, if you've learned something that you've spent months on, like, you don't have to give the farm away. But to me, GAN levels are such a basic thing that I think the retail traders, you just I think they need to understand. I mean, how do I say it? I think it's only fair for retail traders to be able to trade like pros and trade at the GAN levels. Anyway, I didn't say that the right way, but I think you guys know what I meant. So now this is the boring part, right? We know it hit this level. We know it hit this level. We know it hit this level. It didn't even get up here. So now it's a waiting game. So this is like, although, like, maybe we're done. Like I said, look, one, two, almost three. Dude, what are we doing now? It's 10:37 New York time. You're done for the day. You know what? We all know right now until noon or 1 or whatever, it's not always the case, but the market is bouncy. And this, to me, this isn't the best trend day or trend trade, but for me, I'm not going to sit around until 2 o'clock for power hour. I know people love power hour, but why? If you hit 2 GAN lines, you got your profit. Why would you sit till 2 o'clock and see if you can catch a move at power hour or 3 o'clock, whatever, power hour for New York time, 2 o'clock my time? I don't know. For me, I like making money and being done. Then I can make YouTube videos, or I can study. I can go in replay mode and practice what I did wrong, or whatever, right? Like, I don't want to trade all day. It's exhausting, right? That's for me. When I'm like really dialed in, I'm laser focused. I think I've shared with you guys really a turning point in the past 2 months, and this might sound stupid to you, but ChatGPT has when you do the paid version, there's a bot. It's kind of like a health bot, but you can type, like, you can you can ask it questions and it'll like reply instantly. So what I did, because over the last summer I had, like, I don't know, 10 funded, like, I had a bunch of funded accounts that I blew, and I don't like journaling. So, but it was bugging me, right? Like, what did I do wrong? So I went into the chat bot. I'm like, hey, okay, I noticed on these days, this is what I was thinking. And then the market just punished me. What was I doing wrong? Dude, like, it has how many years of psychology and knowledge. It spat out all these things of what I was doing wrong mentally. Like, so within 10 minutes, it gave me all these reasons why my thinking was off. It gave me all these blind spots that, like, I didn't even know. Like, I knew they were there, but I couldn't label them. I didn't know I was desperation trading. Like, you know what you are? Like, like, revenge trading is like the obvious one, right? But the question is, why do we revenge trade? So I went into the chat bot thing and, like, so why do I revenge trade? Dude, it goes into some like real psychological stuff based on like real stuff. So I can't afford a psychologist, right? I mean, I don't. I mean, I have been to them. Maybe you have. I mean, they're good, but this bot gives you instant feedback on what you're thinking, and honestly, that helped me a ton, because then I can get my mind game right. So that's why you have this perfect combination. You have levels, you get your mindset right, and then it helps you come up with mantras on your process. So you're not focused on P&L. because we all know P&L is not the way to go. If you're shooting, like we all love the numbers, right? Oh, I make $500 a day times 20, that's 10 grand a month. Dude, that kind of thinking sucks. We all know that. Why? Because what if tomorrow you don't make 500, right? What if tomorrow you go negative 800? Like you can't think I'm going to make 500 a day personally, because you just can't. You don't know the market's only going to give you what it's going to give you. Now it's nice to have some targets. Yeah, it'd be nice to make 500 a day, 1,000 a day, whatever it is, but you can't think P&L. You have to think process. Then the P&L will follow. So when you think process, what happens? Magically, you start hitting your 500, 1,000 without forcing it. So magically, you play your levels. So look, you play your level, focus on your process. We know this level is key. And then you line it up with whatever other confirmation you have. Magically, you get your 2 levels. You made your 1,000 without trying to do it. If that makes sense, right? Trying doesn't work. Focusing on your process. Now look at this. It bounced off 334, and dude, it hit another GAN level. Freak. You kidding me? 1, 2, 3 GAN levels, dude. Come on. See? Exactly, John. So that's the beauty of this. So if it's bouncing off this, why would you short it? Now, you could say, oh, it's bearish. Well, okay, if you do short it, at least you know that this is a key level that if you're wrong, you're okay being wrong. Right? That's what I like to know. I want to know where I'm okay being wrong. And you look at all these shorts, man. People thinking, oh, dude, this is a bearish day. They didn't know these GAN levels, man. The pros do. And look at now, it's like John said, it's pushing above this other GAN level, dude. This is where it's so beautiful. So let's say you had 5 or 6 contracts, or let's say 10 right here. You take off 5, maybe you take off a couple more, then you another couple runners. I mean, what a killer day, right? That's what's hard about an NQ. Like it feels like it's gonna pause and do nothing, and then the second it pauses, then it does something, right? How often have you guys done that with an NQ? Just it's not doing anything. And then that's the second it does something. Man, I love GAN levels, dude. I'm telling you guys. Seriously, if I was you guys, I would, once you get the GAN levels or plot them, turn off all your other indicators and just learn some simple patterns, right? Just almost even just a doji. A doji is pretty cool. Not every time, but like you just learn. I mean, you'll be wrong on occasion because this is how the market is, right? There's doji here, but you can still I mean, anyway, to me, you learn a few patterns and learn where you want to be right or wrong and play off the levels. Just become a level trader. That's how I honestly, that has made me a profitable trader. No indicator, getting your mind right. So basically, mind right, number 1, 2 levels. That's it. That's the 2 things you need to be profitable personally, and funding. So 3 things. Funding, that's why I like Puridia. And I appreciate people clicking on my Blue Sky link, but Blue Sky, I mean, they're a legitimate firm, but their affiliate link screwed me over. They won't pay me on affiliate. I don't know why. I'm not going to fight them. I've been, I had a 7K payout a couple weeks ago on their thing. So I know that they're a legit firm, but that's why I took off my affiliate link off them, because it's bullshit, So you guys got to see this though. This is freaking awesome. So I joined Tradeify about 2 weeks ago. You're gonna love this. I don't mean to show off, but so I have, just to show you that it works. So I was really aggressive. I funded, so I bought 3 150 accounts, and yeah, I was freaking. I had 4. I lost one because I was being a little too aggressive. But I just wanted to get to the 9,000, target. And so anyway, I got to the funding level, right? So now I'll look at my journal now. I mean, these are all funded. So last week, if you combine them all 3, So today, I can only make 1K a day because I have to follow their 35% or yeah 35% consistency rule. So you can see what happened to the. Oh, I messed up. I only go to last week. So my first day, so I had 3K, like almost 5K, and this is funded, guys. This is awesome. The problem is though, now I've kind of hurt myself because I went above the 35%. So now I have to just trade longer. But the cool thing is it's funded. So yeah, I had 30. So last week, 3K, 5K. And then I'm like, oh shit, I gotta. So that's why on Friday, I had to stay under 1,000 basically because I have to stay under the 35%. So then last night, or like right after that, the massive push down, like I mentioned, I caught the pullback, made my 1K last night, and so I was done. But so I love Tradify. I mean, their accounts are awesome. So, but I can't really push them yet because I'm waiting for a payout, which won't be for another month or so. But I love their accounts. I love the size and the pricing. I think I got each one for around $200, so $600 to have 3 nice accounts going. So anyway, sorry, just want to show you guys that it's legit. I'm not just just making shit up. And as we all know, P&L doesn't mean anything. Process is what matters more than the P&L. But again, I want to show you that it's legit. What I do is not like fairy dust. Like I don't like just I'm not just making this shit up. So I don't mean to be a show off at all. I am very humbled about the market, humbled that you guys support me. But I do want you to know that it works, that it is like real. Like this is, and then if you, because I think you guys know about my U Profit story, right? Where I was at 60K. I was having I had multiple 30K days. Obviously, I think I was closer to 70K. My last day in U Profit, I was up 7K, and I was in the chat. I was in their Discord, talking about how I trade, and they freaking just banned me. They didn't want to pay me out, dude. I just I can't believe it. I'm like, I couldn't believe it. Like, but if you go to, I don't know how legit this site is. You guys have seen this before, Payout Junction. So usually I'm pretty good at research. I didn't research UProfit, but they don't show up anywhere on this. Tradeify does. I mean, funding pips. I don't know. I don't know if you guys know other firms. I mean, Blue Sky is not on here, and I've had like 8 payouts from Blue Sky. So, but I use Gusto, and I think these guys only use Rise. So if you guys have had other payouts from other groups, I mean, I'm open. All I know is, I'm hoping to get a payout from Tradeify, so I know for sure they're legit. But look, they've had 14 million in payouts all time, so I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, but if you guys know other ones that are legit, and now look at this, we're back to holding at 426. Oh, yeah, thanks, Cupid. I appreciate it. I want all that's when like our little group, man. I want everyone to get funded, or if you're already funded, just to grow, man, just to kill it. You know, I hope we all have. Honestly, I want. It's not like I have to have like a lot of money per se, but just I'm competitive. I want a 30K day just because, right? Or a 10K day, whatever. Like I'm very competitive, and just why not? We live once, right? I want to kill it. I don't, but I want to kill it with my process, not for greed, not for anything. Let it evolve over time. So as my account grows at the right level, making 30K or 10K, 5K, you're like, oh, okay, it's a number, right? It's not showing off or anything. It's just doing what you're able to do, right? And then hopefully we trade so well that we never have to trade ever again. To me, that's the goal. Trade until you don't have to trade ever again. So anyway. Sorry I yap too much, man. I get going. I guess I love trading too much, so I don't know if I'd ever stop. I don't know. Like trading is, I just, you love it. Yeah, dude. I hope you make it too, man. Or if you already are, right? I mean, I'm on the journey, right? I'm I'm just kind of getting started in a way. Your profit really set me back. I mean, gosh, I thought, man, I was like early December, I was up 60K. Oh, I was like, I wasn't like cocky or anything. I was like, oh man, I've got a nice funded account, And then the rug pull just, for like a couple of days, I was just so down. But then I'm like, you know what? I can trade. Fuck that, right? I'm just gonna start over and the suck, embracing the suck, as they say, and start building up the accounts again. And now, it's gonna be a few months where I can, but that's, you know, sometimes that's how it works, and bad on me. Cool, keep talking. Oh, well, for me, yeah, things happen, right? So, and I'm not gonna harbor on you. Probably, I hope they get taken down just for the fact that I hope other traders don't get sucked in by all their marketing and their BS. Because we know the space is brutal. We all know it, right? Like people will sell you false indicators. Prop firms will sell you the false dream. Just make 500 a day. You can quit your job. Blah blah blah. That's the most. Whatever. That's already the obvious. Yeah, you gotta find. That's why Puridia is legit. Blue Sky is legit. If you guys, I mean, I've never had a payout from Top Step. I don't know why. I can't. I always fuck up those accounts. I probably had 20 funded accounts with them, and I always mess it up. So, but that was before my growth as far as changing my mindset. I haven't had a top set account since last summer, so maybe I'd be fine now, maybe. But I already have like 5 funded accounts, so it's like okay, I can't, and helping you guys out or helping whatever, and then making indicators. It's just, I don't know, how about for you guys? Like, do you feel like managing 5 funded accounts? Like for me, I'm not going to copy trade them. Like in theory, it sounds awesome, right? You have 5 funded accounts. On killer days, it'll be awesome, but right on a bad day, then you have 5 down accounts all at once. No thanks. I'm going to trade each account separately. You know, basically shooting for like 250, 300 for each account ish. And then again, I hate P&Ls, but some anyway, as the process comes, like you can feel it, right? When you hit your levels, making 500 isn't that difficult. I mean, even 200, making 200 on NQ with 5 contracts, I hate to say it, is pretty damn easy. Apex, I do not trust Apex, but again, I know a lot of people love their accounts. So honestly, if they pay, I personally will never buy an Apex account. I don't trust them personally. I do not. I don't like how what I've heard that you have to show video like recording of your trades for them to pay you. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but I've heard. I know there are some really good traders that talk about Apex, but my experience, I want a real funded account. That's why I like Blue Sky and Puridia. I want a real live environment, and I don't know if Apex eventually moves you to live. I don't want any sim accounts very long. Like I don't mind if the first 1 or 2 stages are sim, but that you better be in a live environment, right? Eventually, because we all know Surge Trader, Fast Track, the Jordan Vic sucks. Yeah, dude, I hate anything intraday. Any intraday drawdown can kiss my ass, right? I'm a trader. I don't want to get penalized. Like if you're with no offense to take profit trader, like if you don't fine if you have brackets set, if you have your take profit set and the intraday doesn't come down to bite you, but I like to get a big trade on occasion. I don't want an intraday drawdown to screw me over. So no thank you. I want an end of day drawdown, right? I don't anything intraday drawdown, screw that for me personally. Now, if you guys have mastered bracket trading where your profit targets are set and you're comfortable, then take profit trader will work or Apex whatever. But intraday, man, it's just too scammy personally. No thanks. Get yourself a live account where you can, trade the way you want, right? Screw scammy rules. You know what I mean? I don't know the scam your rule, but okay, besides intraday drawdown, the reason why you profit could screw me over is because they have a micro scalping rule that if a trade, gets, let's say the trade lasts less than like 5 seconds, it invalidates that. So yeah, there was a rough day in December where I was scalping in Q, duh, and my stop was just getting hit. I was wrong, like multiple times. And yeah, I was revenge trading. I was I was just fucking it up. So they emailed me later in the day saying, hey, you're being kind of reckless. And I emailed them back saying, you know what, you're right. I went on tilt a little bit there. I screwed up. Well, I changed my behavior. I stopped it. Like the next day, I went back to being, just being steady, having I had a 7K day. Well, that's when I requested a payout, and that's when everything went to hell. Then they went back and like nope, you micro scalp that day, f you, and we're not paying you. So that's like, what? So that's why I don't love like I really want to do my fund of futures, right? I think they have some cool accounts, and look at their payout, right? 46 million, but they have a weird micro scalping rule that I don't love, and they do a lot on sim, which I don't know. Like just I want a real account. So if you got anyone that's, maybe I'm wrong, maybe my fund of futures is good and legit, but I don't know anyone personally that's had a payout from them yet. I don't, So if you guys know any other ones besides, if you guys have any payouts besides Blue Sky or Puridia, or like anyone here, has anyone had a payout from anyone, like anyone on these groups, or any of these legit that you know of? Like I've heard Aquafund can be weird. One on one, I don't trade one off one, whatever these guys. I don't trust these dudes. All sim, no thanks. You know, I know Tradeify will move people to live eventually. Anyway, I don't know what you guys' thoughts on all these effing, prop firms, man. It just drives me crazy. So that's where levels can be tricky. I'll be honest, right? Not so yeah, you could short and scalp, but nothing's perfect. So in this example, you shorted, you just lost. So that's where, but again, you trade off momentum, you trade off. You're hopefully you're done not trading this time frame. We already know, and again, we all know anything can happen anytime, but this time frame lends itself to this little BS kind of moves. But still, you could have scalped if you did short 431. You could have, you know what? You could have scalped almost down to the 1 hour, close. Like you could have scalped, right? But if you were trying to hold it, then yeah, you would have broke even or lost a little bit. And that's life, right? Because you were trading during a time where there wasn't a lot of volatility, a lot of volume, I should say. And anyway, so that's where, yeah, you have to just know where you're okay being wrong, because we all know, just because that zone's important, we all know NQ can freaking do whatever it freaking wants. It's just being okay that, you know what, if you're wrong here, that you mentally, you're okay being wrong. That's what I care about. Like, so you don't go on tilt. So when you find an area, you're okay being wrong. That's like number one, right? So you don't like get all pissed off and mad that this scan line didn't do what you wanted to do. Like you don't want to go on tilt. Like that's number one, right? Keeping yourself from doing something stupid. And that's where you stay on the positive side. Like you don't want to be like on the don't, right? Because you'll do a self-fulfilling prophecy. But that's why you say pick a zone, have the right mindset, be okay being wrong, like keep your mind, keep your edge, right? And so as soon as you shorted this 429, like there's definitely room to scalp, right? That's what I love about GAN levels. If you're just patient, you can pick your spots. So sorry, you've done many of a time. Like you mean going on tilt quite a bit, or what? Like what have you done? I'm sorry, I missed that. Sorry. Yeah, and there you go. So if you shorted the 429, there's you're taking some heat, but I don't know. This is kind of like a bullish flag, right? A little bit right now. I mean, I don't know. Oh, tilt though, totally, dude. Right? If you haven't tilted, you haven't traded, right? 100%. And I don't know, flags or whatever. Sometimes it's kind of nice to see. Is this a bullish flag or what? Or is it a bear? Right? I don't know. I would love shorting this. Let's go back to our favorite. Like I said, the two top ones. We have the one here and this one. So again, you can use any oscillator. It doesn't matter. So you can see this is bullish. So would that be a high probability trade? I'm always thinking, is this a high probability opportunity? Yeah, bad, dude. I hate the feeling of tilt, dude. And that's, honestly, it's good to go through it because then you experience it and you embrace that. Okay, you know what? I don't want to do that again. I don't want to tilt anymore. But so you can see here. So if you're, using oscillators as a confirmation, yeah, maybe you could have scalped up to the 1 hour GAN line, and then you can see that things then you get this bearish. So this kind of would have been a kind of a cool scalp because you're at a 4 hour GAN and you have a MACD giving you a bearish signal. The lazy bear is lagging, but you can see how you could have scalped a little bit there. I mean, it'd been tough, but you could have scalped a little bit there. Again, this time of day, but hopefully you're not even doing that because we already won. We caught in theory, if you're careful, you caught the open momentum. We caught this kind of cool move down, and then this was pretty fast. I mean, I don't know that bounce, right? We were live. That freaking just jumped. So that one probably would have been tough to catch. I don't know what you guys think. Remember that? That was a very tough, unless someone was really like watching this and like that move was brutal. What's up, George? I honestly, I don't know if I would have been able to catch that one. To be honest, I mean, really, even though it was at a 4 hour GAN level, the market just, I don't know if it was a news thing, but yeah, at the 11:20, whatever, right? Anyway, so, but even if you missed that, we all saw this level kind of hold, which we knew all day this 07 was key. And you can see everything lining up that you're able to get 07, as we all remember. We remember this. So you got this one GAN level, and then two, and then hopefully you're done. Then as you can see, this GAN level is holding now. It pressed up to this 1 hour. Look at that. It tapped 456, the 1 hour GAN, right on the dime. And so a lot of ways to do it. George is everywhere. George is the king. He is like, I don't know how many chat rooms you get or how many you get into, George. Yeah, I don't know how you do it, man. you are the king. You are everywhere. Oh, thank you, man. You're always kind, dude. You might be the most positive person I've ever seen online. Like, I was kind of scared to like bring this open to everybody because, like, man, and again, someone can call me out and say, "Hey, you suck, Jat." I know, your level suck. Whatever. Everyone has their opinion. So I was like, oh man, like you never know, right? Anyone online can come on and say anything they want. So I'm like, oh man, if I start sharing this stuff, am I going to take heat? But I'm like, screw it. You know what? I love trading. It's working for me, and I'm always, you know what? If there's a better way, man, share it with me, right? I have no ego. I love GAN levels. So, but yeah, I'm definitely ready for someone to tell me that I suck because that probably will happen one day in the trading world because there's people smarter than me. But if anyone could have called beforehand that the 428 was going to hold, I mean, look at that, guys. Another GAN level freak. Yeah, well, cool, man. Look at that, dude, guys, man. Again, so there you go. Don't trade right now, right? It's 11 o'clock. Well, here you go. That's where trading gurus, we all can have theories that just shows you NQ can do whatever it wants, whenever it wants. So for me, that's why it's all about process and levels and mindset. If it gets to a key level and it's reacting the way you like it, you have to almost say, screw the time of day, everything lines up. Because look at that. It worked. Now, it might not have. We could have totally been wrong, right? Everything, look at that. That's the thing. You look at the chart, the MACD is looking to be bullish, the lazy bear is bullish. Oh, dude, let's go long here. Well, and we're shooting for this scan level. Like, that's part of our strategy. And this is kind of a bullish bear or a bullish flaggish. But look at that. See, this is a doji. You're seeing it kind of holding. So even if you went long here, you have to know that you have to be okay being wrong at like just under this GAN level. You have to know that. Like, you have to be okay being wrong here. And if you're like, you know what, I want to short here, you have to know that maybe you were wrong here, but you see the doji again. You again, I'll re-entry, even if let's say I went short here. If I was wrong, you know what? I don't always do a re-entry like multiple times, like revenge, but like if it lines up, look, you get a doji right at a GAN level, and you already had a bearish print here. So no one can say that sometimes you can't re-entry even if you got stopped out here, because NQ is a beast. We all know NQ is a beast. We know it. But look at that level. You scalped almost down there. And that's where this time of day is tougher. Holding on to trades. You can't be greedy. But look, that's a hell of a scalp right there. Or if you're waiting around, you knew over here that the market bounced off 130 before, or sorry, bounced off 333 before. So you could have been waiting around. Okay, bounced off here before. You could have been sitting waiting to see if it was going to react off this 134 level. So again, there's a million ways to play the levels. It's just trying to position yourself at the right level so you get the best entry possible for your trade idea, and then manage your risk. So yeah, that would have been an awesome scalp. But yeah, I mean, if you were hoping for a big trade, well, you know what, you took your chance and then you broke even. Or if you're a king scalper and you learn to take profits, you just made a nice little chunk, right? Or if you waited, now you're in a nice little long here, you're moving to break even, and let's see if NQ can break this freaking level here. As we all know, it loves to do. It loves to kind of like mess with people, and then it'll break through a level and see if it can, keep going on. Anyway. So I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Is this good stuff, or I don't know, or am I just full of shit? I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you guys think? Oh, cool. Thanks, John. Love it. I mean, I appreciate that. Hey, look at that. So it's pushing above 4. Really, what I need to do is switch over to like Discord, because as you know, I'm calling out levels, and what is the delay? Like 10 seconds, 20-second delay on YouTube, I think, right? So that's kind of the downside of using YouTube, is that delay sucks. Oh, cool. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Cupid. So yeah, that would be the nice thing when you have those levels plotted. And I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think it pulls back now? Okay, so let's see. Yeah. So yeah, look at that. So this is kind of cool. So at 10, I'm just going to go off my time. So New York time, 10:43. It bounced off 4:56. Like, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this one doesn't get, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 10. This is the 10th time almost that it's trying to break above 456. 10 times. That's a lot. That's like more than a triple top. I don't know what that is. A 10 topper? That's a lot. Yeah, so 10 seconds delay is kind of brutal. So if you guys ever really have the desire and want me to be like more, I guess if you go on Discord, I think it can be instant, right? I think if I don't know where I can go where we don't want to have a delay, but I'm definitely open to that. You know, down the road if we get our group going, you know, we want to like be more real time because yeah, that delay sucks. Yeah, so this is where the thinking game comes in, right? The chess game, is it going to hold above 428? This 4-hour GAN level, 428. You know, I don't love right now. This isn't like a high probability either direction for me, especially when we've already cashed out. Like, right? We already killed it. So this would be like, I don't even know what you'd call this kind of trade. I mean, the MACD is starting to turn bullish, right? But, you know, indicators are lagging. For me, you know, NQ, it just loves to grind in an area and then just pop through, right? Like, it just loves to just sit at a level where you think it's gonna like, or it'll pop. Like it loves to like play with you, right? Yeah, I mean, for me, I have a hard time calling this area. I mean, for me, it's kind of like this. If it holds below 428, I'm bullish or I'm bearish. But if it closes above 428, but see, it's not closing up like it's all these wicks. So like I agree with George in some respect, but NQ loves to do that. It loves to bounce right at a key level before it does something just kind of crazy. So like I could see a couple scenarios. I could see NQ blowing up all these week long or week shorts, right? So it's gonna like it could easily blow up to 456 again, kind of like winding out, or you know, so blowing up these shorts and then heading south, or obviously it could just you know go south now, or of course it could just head north. So look at it right now; it's kind of pressing 428, so it's definitely giving these shorts a little bit of heat here, right? So right now it's pushing above it. I know you're on a delay. So yeah, it's tough to short this right now because I think, you know, who knows? I don't love the time frame we're at. You know, we're 11:14 New York time, kind of in that midday weird. But at the same time, you know, yeah, I don't know. It's a waiting game. Obviously, that's what we love about these numbers, man. We know this 429 is a key level. So that's the beauty of this. So whatever trade idea you have, long or short, 429 is something that you need to be okay being right or wrong. And yeah, it's kind of just boring right now, just sitting there. Because yeah, there's a little pop to 436. I mean, it almost looks like kind of like a bull flag, right? It looks like it wants to, at least for now. I mean, will it hold? It's just yeah, look at that. So it's getting to 440. So it might get up to that 1 hour again. Maybe we'll see. Yeah, see, it's wicking. I don't know. That's where I wouldn't be. If I was you guys and cashed out, I would just be watching this. I wouldn't be trading this. Is it going to trap the longs? So that's the thing. Is it trapping longs right now? So right now, for sure, it's killing those shorts. It just hit that 1 hour GAN level and then snapped down. So yeah, it hit 450 and snapped right back. That's why that long, you could have scalped off the, yeah, you could have scalped that long for sure off the 28 to the 50. But then look what it freaking rubber band snapped. So all of those longs just got destroyed. And look at that. See, you see how it trapped those longs there? Man, it just snapped. Whenever I see that snap on NQ, I'm like, especially if I'm long there, I'm like, that jolt. It's like, man, it freaks me out. Like it just, man, all of a sudden it just, you're up pretty decent and just gone. So then I'm like, okay, in the past I'd be jumping back in long because I'd be ticked because that little step, that little jolt from 450 to 36, because before I wasn't aware of the levels, I would be revengey right now. I would be like, fuck, I'm going back long to get back because I was up. And that's where I'd be on tilt a little bit and trying to go back long again. But now that I know that 450 to 30, since we know the 428 is a GAN level, I'd be patient. And I won't, you know what? If I would have lost that long, then I'd settle down, get settled, and then maybe wait for a short opportunity maybe here. We already know the longs just got sucked. That doesn't mean that it's not going to go back long again. All we know is those longs got hurt pretty bad, right? I don't know if you guys saw that snap, but that was pretty brutal. It wasn't like 1,000 ticks or anything, but that was a jolt. That was a really, really harsh move off that 450. That would make me pretty, if I was long, like, man, it hurt. I don't know if anyone was long there. But you can see it's still kind of grinding up again. Now, again, is it going to test the 450 again? That's where NQ's brittle, right? Like, you were long, it snapped back down, brittle. So, okay, here you go. So, I mean, that's where NQ is, man, NQ right now is brittle. So it's getting close to that 450 again. And last time it snapped right down, but now is it, it's brutal. You're right, dude. Yeah, it is total consolidated. It's just not a great time, right? This time of day, minus that one kind of sweet down move, but then it popped right back up. And you're right, just right now is not. This is not high probability. That's usually why, from 8 to 10 my time, that's my scalping window, right? Hey, 2 hours of scalping, I'm exhausted. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're profitable for the day, why mess with this stuff? Even though, look, it's pressing up, it's getting above 450, but like it's kind of snapping down a little bit. Like George is saying, it's just like it's like sucking these longs in, right? I don't know. Is it grabbing liquidity? I don't know what it's doing. Yeah, so tough to go long there. I mean, I know breakouts are fun, NQ can just run. We all know that. But man, it just snaps back down. And it just makes trading not fun. I don't enjoy that, right? I'd rather trade during the best times where you get key levels and get a nice clean move and be done. This shitty jolting up and down. See, like then it just presses above 450, just like casually, right? Snaps like down a little bit. I don't know. So yeah, if you're long, you're fine for now. But look at see, it's just that 450, which we already know off the 1 hour GAN line, like that levels. That's what I love about the GAN lines. Even though it's not a 4 hour, it's only a 1 hour GAN line. It's tested it a million times now. So if you're long, great. If you're long off of 429, awesome for you. But just be cautious, right? And now if you're shorting off of the 429, now you got to be cautious. So like these levels are kind of brutal. shorting off the 449. Sorry, not shorting off 429. So if you were shorting off the 1 hour, the 450 GAN, sorry about that. So either direction, it's like you got to be cautious. So now the longs at 429 are like, oh shit, right? But now it's just bouncing around. All right, give me a couple of minutes, guys. I'll be right back. Come on. Eat. 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 All right, guys, sorry, I'm back. Yeah, look at that, man. Dang. So, yeah, I didn't even get close to the next GAN level, which is 523. Yeah, 523. And that 450. Look at that. Unbelievable. Look at that freaking wick. Man, what a short that would have been. I think George called it. Good job, George. Look at, man, NQ is so beautiful. It just freaking destroys these shorts, sucks in the longs. So it does two things all at once. It's so beautiful. I mean, seriously. NQ is so freaking awesome. I mean, I feel bad that all these shorts get destroyed, the longs get destroyed, and then the market, oh man, it's unbelievable. And like, oh man, these longs, oh man, brutal. Like George said, consolidation, but man, what a vacuum. Sucked everybody in. And then everyone over here, if you didn't have your stop in the right area or you're being aggressive with NQ, well, then you're screwed, right? Whereas if you're, even if you miss that 450, well, look at that 429. So anyway, once you recognize, you see what NQ is doing, right? Killing the shorts, killing the longs, playing your levels. Anyway, unless you guys see something different, tell me that I'm wrong on that. But that's what I see for right now, anyway. I mean, it can change in a second. But what are you guys seeing? Oh yeah, true, John. Yeah, Zoom doesn't yet have a delay. Yeah, say if we could do a Zoom, man, I'm open to down the road if we really get going and want to do straight, real time. I'm definitely open. Yeah, UK session closed soon. Nice. Yeah, good. Thanks for the reminder, man. I always forget about the London closure for some reason. I don't think about it. But yeah, thanks for the. Yeah, thank you. Keep it. Come on, Ollie. Eat. Come on. Eat. Come on. Eat. My dog won't eat. Come on, buddy. Eat. Come on. Your breakfast. Come on. Yeah, I'll be back. Come on, Ollie. Eat. Oh, you went short? Where did you get short, George? Hey, see you, Tony. Take care, man. He probably's already gone. Hey. Oh, nice. Good job, dude. Good job, George. It's awesome. That's awesome. Love to hear profitable trades. $4.26 beauty. Kudos, man. Love it. Yeah, so I was just playing games. It destroyed the shorts, destroyed the longs. Now the shorts are feeling it a little bit, you know. So, yeah. Anyway, that's why I don't trade this time of day typically. This is this very reason. Minus if you're just trying to scalp out like what George did, you know. If you're very aware of levels and you're just, really being just on your game, not being greedy about anything. So yeah, it came down, didn't even get down to the 1 hour again here. So it held 365 basically, and then bounced off the 404 again, and now we're right back to 429-ish. Although it's kind of bouncing around there. So yeah, kind of a. So I'm glad you got out. You got your profit, George. That's awesome. Good job. That's where bracket trading works. Because you just you have your take profit set up and you get your levels and because yeah, if you would have held on to that, it snapped right back and he would have just probably broke even or lost a little bit. But that's awesome. George did that right. Very cool. Well, I think that's this is about my time frame, guys. 2 hours of scalping for me. So I'll be back on tomorrow. And if you want me to, I don't know if you guys find this helpful. I don't have to be on every day. I mean, I will for the most part if I can, but um, otherwise, yeah. Thanks for you guys popping on, and unless anyone else has any questions at all, well, simple metrics is the game system. Simple metric is sorry, I don't know what you mean, George. Simple metric is the game systems. I don't follow you, George. Sorry. Is the game systems. What do you mean? Sorry. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Yeah, I'm gonna jump off here too. So thanks, you guys. Appreciate everybody. You guys are awesome, and yeah, appreciate your support. And it'll be fun calling the levels tomorrow. So we're working with the levels. So take care. See you later.